and this is Katie, and we are doing our presentation over homemade hand scrub. And specifically, we're going to talk about buying locally and being able to use local products and more than just food. So, does anyone know like good reasons to buy local? Like, why should we buy local?
It helps support your local economy and kind of helps stimulate it and helps create more jobs. And if you're purchasing something from one producer, then they have money to spend, and it's just a cycle.
Right, Ashton.
I know that my money's not gonna go to, a Japanese family or stay here in the
Okay.
United States.
That is one aspect, yeah.
You kind of like build connections with people that are around you if you go and you buy from them, rather than like going and buying like from a corporation. Like if you go and buy from Walmart, you might know who's checking you out, but you don't know like how it was made,
Right.
or where it was made, or anything like that. So.
Right. Anyone else? Okay. I found 11 reasons why to buy local, and most of what was said, other than the Japanese, was on that list. Actually, local produce typically tastes better, especially if you buy it at like the farmer's market, because they harvest it and take it directly to the market, so it doesn't have any time to lose its taste aspect. Also, the quickness from sell and harvest is a good thing in retaining nutrients. Most locally grown produce is more nutritious than what you would buy at Walmart or Kroger or whatever. It also preserves genetic diversity in the plants. Buying from a large manufacturer like the companies that sell to Walmart and stuff, they normally have one breed of tomato or one breed of apples that have been genetically selected to withstand like insects and pesticides and stuff. It promotes energy conservation. It like takes out the middleman of the production cycle. It uses less packaging, supports local farmers, like you said, builds community. You make connections with the people that you buy from. It preserves open space in rural communities. There's less corporation aspect of the produce. And I thought this was really cool. For every $1 raised in residential development with like corporations and like the business aspect, the government spends $1.17 in services. So like we're not paying as much as we spend. And for every dollar raised by a farm, the government only spends 34 cents on services. So do the math, it's more economically friendly to buy local. It keeps like the taxes in check. It also supports environment and benefits wildlife, because normally small family farms, they're good stewards of the land and more conscious of the environment. And buying locally is about the future. It keeps your connections with the farmers going strong, and your kids will be able to like have nutritious produce and stuff in the future. We have 3 products that we're going to talk about today, specifically for the hand scrub. I guess we can start with honey. There is actually a family in Lexington, Nick and Bev Nichols. They produce their own honey. They have their own small family farm, bee farm. They also produce beeswax, candles, and pollen. They're actually located on Nicholasville Road, and they are always involved in the farmers market. So if you go to the farmers market, you'll see them set up with their little honey and beeswax, and you can actually buy from their house too. It's they explained it on the internet like almost an honesty system. They you call them and tell them what they want, and they leave it on their back porch for you to go pick it up, which I thought was really cool. That is definitely a small family farm aspect. You want to talk about sugar?
Yeah, the next is sugar, and let me see how much sugar is actually in this. 10 pounds. So here actually not even in the United States, in the world, 72 million tons of sugar is annually made. So this sugar could either be made by, as I know, a sorghum, which there's different types of ways that you can do this, but virtually the difference in using either sugar cane or beets is there's not really one. you basically just boil either the beets or the sugar cane, and then it crystallizes into sugar. And which, like I said, sorghum, that's a big thing back in my hometown of Menifee County. We have a sorghum, I wouldn't say sorghum farm, but like sugar cane farms and all that whatnot going towards Montgomery County and some parts of our eastern parts of the county. But the sugar that we're mostly talking about today is grown locally here in Louisville, and it's definitely a supplemental cash crop. And then next is the olive oil. Now, you would not think that this would come from Kentucky, but it actually does. There's a farm where they produce and grow, well, they don't produce it, but they just grow the olives in Maysville, and then they send them off to California to be produced into olive oil. So,
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and do the activity. We're gonna make our own hand scrub. Does anyone not want to participate?
no?
No? No? I figured the guys would want to do it. That's cool. I'll go ahead and pass these out.
Very fancy.
Are your hands rough?
And the neat thing about this is, whenever I was doing research on sugar, sugar is actually used in some parts of asphalt to help it harden. So whenever you get a hold of your hand scrub and you put a little bit extra sugar in it, it will harden on you. So I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I got-
And
We're gonna be
then,
sticky, are we?
well, it just depends on how much
The well.
Honey.
Tell me what's the well.
Well,
honey or
I don't think
olive
so.
oil you put
I did it
in.
last night and I wasn't, so.
No.
Okay, will you pour some sugar?
The ingredients are everything I call my wife.
You call her olive oil?
No, not really.
Okay.
I really don't call her honey or sugar either, but. The olive oil, that was Popeye's.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Popeye. was olive
That was
oil.
the first thing that popped in my mind.
Popeye was spinach.
It's white.
He didn't call it.
Oh.
His wife, mate, fiance, was olive oil.
That one lady.
Yes, I make a lot.
Might mean something about it.
All right, we're gonna pass this sugar around. Don't eat it. No, you want to? Don't. We're gonna just put, can y'all see this? Maybe?
Yeah.
Do you want us to write it up on the board or
No, I'll just-
anything?
Let's say if you can just
Okay.
say it.
Okay, we're gonna start up here and then we'll pass it around and y'all can just like follow suit. You're gonna take, this isn't exact, because I didn't wanna buy teaspoons for the whole class. You take 2 teaspoons each of honey and sugar. Y'all can start with the sugar and put it in your little cup. Yeah, don't do that.
On the stand so y'all can see this. Here's some honey for whenever y'all get sugar. Drip some on the
I was gonna take it
floor.
right there.
Hey, you see how far this one's gonna be?
No, it's just thick. You know, I don't have a portable one of those.
Oh, do you got sugar
Or you make
yet?
field
She
trip.
said to get sugar first and then put honey. How many?
2. You don't have to do it in any specific order. It's just easier to do sugar first.
If you did, can you mix the order and do olive oil first so that the honey will slide quicker out of the spoon?
That makes sense. I know, she's on this.
So do we,
Now,
Yeah, if you have it, y'all go ahead and
How
mix
much
it.
honey?
Whip ingredients
Just
for 2.
one.
Whip.
No, 2.
You put, yeah, 2 spoons.
Honey. How much
I'm thinking of the olive oil already.
2
Put
teaspoons.
2 teaspoons in there.
Oh,
It'll definitely form a paste with the honey egg.
where's the olive oil at?
No.
Are you ready for the olive oil?
I don't know. I'm waiting on Ashton to get done with the honey.
Okay.
Ashton eyes it like he's cooking a masterpiece.
It's a perfected science.
Hey, y'all wanna hear something funny?
What?
I used to be a grill cook at a local restaurant. I was a man.
Awesome, man.
So if you ever come
All right,
to Ocean County and
I
see
do this
family
all the
here,
time.
Oh, thank
hook you
you.
up with an amazing burger and a
I'm about to just pour this in here and
Guess
guess.
you could eat it if you wanted
It looks tasty, I'm not gonna lie.
to. Like a sucker?
I love
Their hands.
I'll try.
I don't know how much this is. Dang, it's enough. That was easier.
Okay, after you've mixed it, we'll pass around the olive oil. Be careful with this. Don't make a huge mess. It's the last thing we need is for people to be sliding all over the floors. Yeah. that's a good idea. You're gonna just put half a teaspoon of olive oil.
Oh, we have to mix this.
Now that's talent right there.
How am I gonna mix this?
I'm just gonna eyeball it.
Do you know how to? Yeah, I just gonna eyeball it.
I'm attempting. I wonder if I can set this
Wow,
up
look,
back
I dropped
here.
it.
That is half.
I can't mix my
It's okay, it's okay.
Don't be pushing my
We don't know each other good enough for you to just yell at me like that.
You were dragging up.
You don't know my life.
Are we done with the honey and sugar?
Can you hold this while I mix this, please?
Do we whip again?
Yes.
We'll continue with it.
See?
All right, grab it, Caleb.
I'll pour you some in
Too
there.
carried away with whipping.
How much?
Are you done with this?
Half.
And the great thing about a hand scrub is it takes
battery
off
on this
all
is
the
about
dead
to kick it.
skin and replenishes everything.
Yeah.
So, and this is great for sensitive skin because it has honey in it and olive oil both.
So can you use this on your face?
You can use it on your face, on your body, anywhere you'd like.
Anywhere that
And
you'd
it's natural,
like.
so it doesn't have like the harsh sulfates and chemicals that like just like.
I think I put too much olive oil in mine.
It's not chemicals. Yeah.
We'll take off the ounces.
I don't know, I guess you
If
could
you
try
work
it.
at it real hard, it might take off your whole callus.
Yeah, definitely a little
Okay,
runny.
it should form a very
smells
thick paste.
Oh, well, I put too much olive oil in
I
mine.
think we all
Put
did.
a whole lot of olive oil.
It means pretty good.
It's like applesauce.
Is yours thick?
Oh, yours.
I just separated.
Let's go like applesauce.
Okay.
Don't put a lot, because then it gets really runny like mine.
Should we give more sugar if it's really runny? Okay.
How do you feel inserted? Well, we don't have a seat, so we're just gonna spray it off.
Went to the handy dandy Dollar General store.
Got some spray bottles
Oh.
full of warm water.
This is Daddy.
This is a